Bring me the next shiny new thing. Bring me the next.
The pickleball chicks are obsessed with America's fastest growing sport, pickleball. Get ready for on and off the court hot topics. Lots of laughs, cocktails, and champagne with your hosts, Annie and Rebecca.
I'm Rebecca.
I'm Annie.
And we're the Pickleball Chicks.
We sure are. And another fabulous guest for another wonderful Chicks episode.
I love it. Ryan Sherry. What a cool guy.
Cool guy. Should we get started?
We should.
All right. Hey, everybody. We are thrilled to introduce our guest who needs no introduction, as he is the man, the legend, top-ranked pickleball pro. Need I say more, Rebecca? Need I say more?
Oh my God! No!
Oh my gosh, whose skills and personality on the court are only rival to his charisma and his business successes off the court. The one and only Ryan Sherry. Welcome to our show.
Hey, how y'all doing? Good.
So great to see you.
You too.
So you are no stranger to Florida and all the world of sports, and we've kind of caught you in the middle of a hurricane.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully not as bad as the last one. You know, Hurricane Ian was not the best for us down here in Fort Myers, but it's raining pretty hard right now. But hopefully, in Fort Myers will be okay. But the rest of the state, of course, praying hopefully they don't experience anything, what we had to experience with Ian.
I know. So where is it right now? Were you driving in the middle of it, or what was shaking outside?
No. I literally just got back in town. I was in Boston for a couple of days for a charity event. And then I was up in St. Louis for a IndyCar race. So one of our close friends, the Bomarito families, they own the track. And so it was a really cool experience. And I got back last night and was worn out, I guess you could say. And I fell asleep last night from, 8 p.m. until, on and off till 10 a.m. this morning, 11 a.m. So I feel good now,
Good. Well, you live the life of luxury.
I should say. Hey, speaking of the life, our word of the day is pro in your honor.
Okay.
And we also have something special for our drink of the day. Are you ready for the unveiling?
Go for it.
Great cocktail in honor of Ryan Sherry's visit today. It is the Sherry Berry Cocktail. We are going to start with some Alexander Oloroso Sherry, dry sherry. 4 ounces of your dry sherry, and then we're going to fruity it up a little bit with a half an ounce of fresh orange juice. We are going to use 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice in this cocktail. And then to make it sweet and tasty, some premium stirring simple syrup. 1/4 ounce of simple syrup right in there. Couple fresh blackberries. Some of you might have them at home. Blackberry season right now on the West Coast. You can pick them in the road ditches. And it is fall raspberry season, so if you have those in the garden or at the farmer's market, pick some fresh ones up, always better. And we have some mint right from our own garden, picked this morning, and a beautiful orange wheel. Ryan Sherry, this cocktail is for you.
Is it great? So, Ryan, when you have little time and you're ready to start drinking again, we'll mix one up for you.
Cheers to you.
You guys all were going to start drinking at 12, so I knew I delayed the call a little bit. So at least I got you all a couple drinks in.
We like your style.
So just to all our guests, when you guys are listening, if you hear the word of the day, which is pro, make sure you grab your drink if you've made one of ours or have something that you love and drink up with us.
I like it.
I like it too. All right.
Yes. Well, shall we get going? And our guests would like to know more about you. We have some fun questions. And Rebecca, would you like to get started?
Oh my gosh, Ryan. Yes, I would.
What you got?
Give us a little scoop on your pickleball journey, how you got there. You're in Florida. I know you were in the tennis for the Gators.
Yep.
Which is cool. I did play volleyball there a couple times for some tournaments.
Okay.
In high school. Okay. So anyway, enough about me. Okay, so just give us a little background. Our guests would like to know how you finally made it to where you are today.
I mean, pretty basic. I mean, like I said, I played every sport growing up pretty much, tennis was kind of the one just because, wasn't going to be, 6'5", to play basketball, football, etc. And, I was ranked pretty high in tennis. I was top in the state as I was growing. And then when I got in the 16s, 18s, I got as high as ranked, number 2 in the nation. Boys 16s, I think it was 18s. I think my highest was maybe like 6 or 7, ranked, 60 in the world or so in the 62, I think, or what it was, under 18 internationally. But went to school, University of Florida. As I'm sure you all been watching, maybe the Netflix documentary on the Gator football, but it was a really cool time when I was there. And my best friend, Brandon Siler, who was the captain of the Gator football team, and him and I hit it off at University of Florida. Fast forward, after college, was involved with a bunch of different things, owned nightclubs, worked for the parents, just a bunch of things. And, nothing was really too exciting. He had an idea to start a company to help out former players. Kind of took me a while to kind of want to do it because I was kind of just, not, it was a leap of faith on some things. And then we just kind of got it going. And we started the company, Legacy Pro Sports. So if anyone's listening, I guess it's time to drink up with the pro sports.
Oh, you know what we love best is when our guests are on it.
but with that, we currently represent over 5,000 NFL football players, helping them. But through all that, I don't want to go all into that. But through all that, pickleball kind of started to kind of make a little jump, and then COVID hit, and one of my super close friends, PJ Jensen, he was like, I taught him how to play pickleball years ago. Him and his girlfriend at the time started to play, and I was like, screw it, I'll get back out and play. And I ended up, kind of throwing the first event on ESPN3, which, I was responsible for, all this tour wars and stuff in a very crazy way. I mean, first one to get us in touch with ESPN, first one to get in touch with, the people that ended up getting people involved with gambling. I've known, Steve Kuhn, and before he even called it the MLP, I think it was called the Premier Pickleball League back in 2017 when we first met. So 16, 17. So it's just been kind of cool. And, it's crazy to see where everything's gone. And for me, it's still a hobby. But I mean, there's so much big money and corporations and everything coming in the sport. So I love it. It's cool. And there you go.
Well, for being a hobby, you have won a lot. So bravo.
I don't know, won some, not a lot, but some,
Okay, so we were talking earlier. Everybody wants to know how you got Share Bear as a name and nickname.
I mean, last name is Sherry. So when everybody, back in the day, nowadays everybody's got, Facebook and Instagram and whatnot. But back in the day when you were a kid, the only way you could talk to your friends was, AOL Instant Messenger. So so my mom, was designing like email and stuff. And as I was slowly getting older to, start talking to college coaches, it was like, well, we need to have an email. So I worked out this gym called Asylum. And my mom thought if I had a screen name Asylum something, it would be like, I think I was crazy. So I was like, I had some friends that, had, crazy names, Golden Nuts 88 and Blondie, whatever, and multi-orgasmic 37. I mean, everybody had their little screen name, but Share Bear was safe. And there you go. Yeah.
Oh, that's such a great story. Share Bear is safe. And we also know that you are pals with Pickleball McNasty.
Yeah. That is my boy. He we didn't know each other, but mutual friends, which is so cool about this sport. I mean, any sport. But he was just got off got off coaching on the tour. COVID hit. I think he was out of Indian Wells when COVID hit, coaching. And basically what happened was through a mutual friend, he called me and was like, yeah, I want to start playing something. I said, cool. And he was the best player ever out of Erie, Pennsylvania. I mean, it's a big crop of players, but he was the best ever. And, after I just said, hey man, you want to come to town? So he came down to Fort Myers for us to practice and train. We hit one day, and then I took him out. I think I partied for 2 days. He didn't really party. He ended up being a designated driver. But yeah, but
You always love having one of those.
And you know what? That fits because we gave him the name McNice.
We did.
Huh.
We did.
I like that. But he's a good guy, and what he's done to kind of get in the sport, also do for other people, and make himself a household name. It's humbling. Him and I like to always laugh about it. So it's crazy right now. Like I said, that people are actually getting offered this kind of money. I mean, it's embarrassing. I can't believe it. Like it's laughable. But
I love it
in general. I mean, all of us, everybody. It's crazy. But hey, go with it.
Totally. So, and do you play pickleball with Doug Allen?
Yep.
No. Yes. Sounds like your whole little group plays a lot together.
Yeah, I mean, he's in California. Him, Doug, Casey, our boy Julio, our guy Wes. We got a nice group.
Oh, Julio. We love Julio.
That's another one of our faves.
Yeah.
Only when I'm out there, I play with them. But we're on a group text, and I'm sure if I look at my phone right now, we're probably, I don't know, a couple hundred texts in. But then, locally here, my group, I got, Kyle Yates is the guy that actually got me into pickleball. Love the guy to death. He's my man. A lot of people, don't really realize what Kyle did for this sport, what he's continuing to do for the sport. People sometimes give him a bad rap for, maybe the way he is in the court, but he's as good a person as they get. He'll do anything for anybody. So he was my main guy. And then Ben, actually, I got really tight with Ben when he used to live here. And, I still like to tell this story. It's a way to kind of, beat my chest. But, I beat his ass every single day leading up to the U.S. Open. Then he ended up barely beating me, and I quit, never played again until COVID hit. So safe to say he's done pretty good. I love the kid. But no, those were kind of like my Fort Myers connections. But then now my new connections, I mean, I convinced Parris Todd to move to Fort Myers. Her and I got really tight last year. Convinced her to move. Cameron Blackwood now is here. And then you got, Federico and Pablo and, some of those names. So, I mean, I got a very, great group.
Where was Parris living before?
She's in Newport. So,
okay.
So her and I, we met, I don't know, last February, I think it was, give or take, and just kind of tournament. Hey, what's up? And then, got a little bit closer. And then, like last May, we had both won the same tournament, same time. I won Charlotte. She won St. Louis. At that time, we were getting, close friends wise. And then we just all of a sudden started playing a bunch of tournaments. And she wanted to make a move to Austin, actually. And I was just like, why do you want to go there? Come to Fort Myers. So I tried to court her on Fort Myers for like 3 weeks. See, and Fort Myers is no Newport. Don't get me wrong, but her and Cameron decided to sign on for another year lease wise. So so one reason or another, at least they're staying.
Nice.
That is exciting. And of course, Newport Beach is gorgeous, but boy, there's a lot of pickleball in Florida. We have met Kyle Yates as well. He is a nice man. Didn't his father or grandfather have something to do with pickleball in the Florida area? I thought I had heard.
I'm sure. I mean, the whole family, the mother, of course, is, one of the refs, but Julie's amazing. I don't really know those details, but yeah, no. I mean, he is Fort Myers. He's amazing, and then here, we've kind of developed this indoor space, the underground, that has kind of been the place. I mean, hell, as we're going here, I'll give you a little quick, kind of get a 2-second tour. You kind of can get a feel. But like, I mean, even right here, you got, right here.
Oh, fun.
So you got that. We got a little gym. We got a little gym kind of thing. I mean, so it's got a nice little group,
oh, cool.
And at least you can kind of get a feel at least too. Like, we had outside because what happened was I was always playing indoors and I was basically just, you get a little soft, so you gotta have a little outdoor heat or else you start getting a little soft and all of a sudden it gets above 75 and you start losing the bums.
It's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
So where are you playing next?
Cincinnati. I'm going to Cincinnati, and then I got something on on Fox and Friends. I'm excited about in New York.
Ooh.
Pretty cool. And then I got something on in Chicago with a bunch of the baseball celebrities.
Ooh.
There's PBX that I'm involved with. So
Oh,
there's
yes.
a lot of different things that kind of got going on. So no, I'm pumped. I mean, like I said, the sport's amazing. You know, my real business is you know, things are going really well, super hectic. So you know, it's just enjoying it, you know.
Oh, that's so great. So I have a question for you regarding the PBX. So that's a newer formed, is it a league, would you call it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a league that's going to compete. It's not a league that's like competing like with pros and stuff. It's all former professional athletes that are also enjoying pickleball.
Mhm.
So I'm so excited to be a part of that. You know, and it's got the who's who of baseball players and getting some football guys, getting, you know, other sports. So I mean, it's big. I mean, it's huge.
That's really cool.
Tell us more about your connection to the NFL.
I mean, the connection, you know, we have when I say with the NFL, you know, all our clients are former players. So we've got about 5,000 former players, which is a ton. I mean, it's out of this world. With that, probably talk to, you know, 250 guys a day indirectly via text, call, email. It's got a little bit less. You know, our team that we've built over at Legacy Pro Sports, go drink away, ladies.
Ooh.
And our team that we freaking have built, you know, we is unreal. So because of that, it's limited how much my partner Brandon and I have to be on the phone, and we're able to explore other projects. I mean, he right now, you know, had the Netflix premiere that came out, and you know, he's getting thrown in so many different directions, which is it's so cool to watch. You know, just to see, you know, how much something that happened 15 years ago now people are starting to see you know, what he did for the Gator football program. But with that, you know, it's just I mean, it's amazing. I mean, my day, I mean, like anything else, I mean, everybody's tired, everybody has issues, but I mean, it just to know that I get the phone and I got 50 NFL guys calling me, and I got to call back, I got to go do this, I got to do that, you know, I got to go fly here, fly there. I mean, I've been to, you know, Seattle, Dallas, Miami, freaking Utah, St. Louis, Boston, you know, Chicago. I mean, all in the last, like, you know, 4 weeks. It's just like, but actually for a reason. And that's what makes it, that's what I love, actually for a reason, as opposed to just, oh, I'm going there. I mean, and trust me, when I go there, I find a way to make the most out of it. But
we have not heard that about you. Oh, okay.
yeah.
That is so wonderful. You are such an energetic guy, and your passion and to be really fulfilled with this purpose of helping others must really be just really phenomenal. And we know that you just had your first ever pickleball golf event. Is that right? Here just the end of July?
Yeah, you know, we had a big charity event. We raised over $200,000. And we had about 25, maybe 25, 30 celebrities there. You know, banquet, golf, pickleball, all the above. Of the pickleball people, the Hunter and Yates Johnson came. Parris and Cameron came, which is awesome. You know, had some other you know, big pickleball people that helped out. I mean, you know, Ryan DeVos, you know, from the Orlando Squeeze, also Orlando Magic. You know, they came in big. Chicken and Pickle was unreal. I mean, Chicken and Pickle. I was supposed to catch up with them last week in Kansas City, but I didn't play the tournament. Had some things that was going on, but no, I mean, it was just amazing to get all the pickleball people, you know, involved. And then it's definitely you know, next year definitely, of course, we have a lot more. But you know, with that, just to be able to get, you know, 250 people plus 30 celebs, and to have pickleball golf, fun, drinks, partying, you know, good cause. I mean, it just
You
makes
can't
life.
have anything better.
Honestly, you can't. It makes life good, you know. And
Bravo, good for you.
Well,
you know what?
we
should all drink at that.
Let's all drink, and Rebecca, let's go help next summer.
Yeah. I'm like I say, I'm not drinking any alcohol today. I think I had plenty for you all weekend, but with that, I'll still drink away with this stuff.
Excellent. So Ryan, how often do you go to Vegas?
I try to limit it 4 times a year. But
Well, okay, what's your favorite? I saw you were talking somewhere about gambling, and I was like, I love Vegas. So where's your favorite place to stay in Vegas?
It depends who I'm with, what I'm doing. Am I single? Am I with the girl? Am I with my buddies? Am I, what am I doing? So it's really a loaded question, but I have some thoughts. It depends if I'm trying to impress myself, impress somebody else.
That's a good one.
Well, very good. Okay, Annie, go ahead. I interrupted you.
Oh, no, not at all. I think that's great. So again, congratulations on your successes. And you do have quite the reputation of really bringing the fun. And that's really what we all love about pickleball is the fun. You love to have a lot of fun on and off the court. And pickleball is such a great sport. We all love it. What is the thing you love the most about the sport of pickleball?
I mean,
if you took one.
Yeah, no, I think that I love the most is just everyone. It's just a very easy conversation starter because everybody is at a certain level to an extent. Yeah. So it's very easy to meet people and just talk. Like, for example, I don't think I could go out and go play tennis with you or go play tennis with so-and-so, but we go out and play some pickleball and have some fun. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy. I mean, yeah, how hard someone might try is a little bit different, but I played charity this past weekend in Boston with me and, YouTube celeb Danny Duncan, Shelby Bates was there, our friend Jenna Bandy, and we played a little charity event and it's, you can make it competitive and fun. I mean, for example, we lost to Jenna and them, and her agent and friend actually thinks she has a chance to maybe make it on tour now or something it's I love them to death, but it's just no different than here I am on one podcast. I don't think I can go become a YouTube sensation. No, it doesn't work that way. Right. But in pickleball, everybody, it's so easy to get good, hard to get great. So it makes it fun. It gives everybody a chance. Everybody always feels like they're getting better. But and to be honest, the difference between just playing then a certain level, I mean, it's so small. No different in baseball. I mean, you go see a guy that's 6 foot. What's the difference between a guy 6'2", 220, and the other guy 6'2", 220? One guy bats 300, one guy bats 284. I mean, it's just so small. You can't see the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But
that brings up a question as well. If someone were kind of curious about maybe hitting the pro circuit, what kind of advice would you maybe give to them, or what kinds of things should they be thinking about?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's the only sport right now where you can almost, in a very weird way, you can buy your way in to see where you stand. So you just got to go play tournaments, Yep. And you can go sign up. I mean, it's not like basketball, for example. There's tons of people out there that think they're good enough to go play in the NBA. Well, good luck getting a chance. Here you can go play the same tournaments the pros play, even play down a level. And if you win a level down, you can just slowly move yourself up to, the cream is going to rise at one point,
and we've watched so many people go through that.
Yeah. And
then play all the top players. It's been so cool. And that's actually what I love about going to all the different tournaments. I mean,
for me, my timing was perfect because I was able to jump right in and just start playing. But then if you take someone like Parris, for example, she played a 4-5 tournament, then she played a whatever, then she played a pro tournament, and then then she won a singles. Well, then, hey, can Parris play doubles? Then she won a doubles. And then, so a lot of people have had that opportunity to go like that too. Some people just start. A lot of it's just timing,
Sure.
Well, and I think, Ryan, for you, we always hear everybody is, training 5 days a week and then playing 2 days a week and then have their own trainers and then they're in the weight room. Now, what we have been so intrigued with you is you're off on a trip, you're partying, having fun, you come back and then do this sleep thing where you gradually get back in it and then you're totally fine the day of the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, some of that's
it's the process, it sounds like.
I mean, some of that's true. Some of that, I mean, it's all true, but some of it's complete BS too, in the aspect to where people want to hear what they want to hear, but also these same people that claim they're training. I mean, training what? They're some of them are people that never even played a sport in their life. So in their mind, training is going out and hitting some dinks. They call the word drilling. I mean, drilling is freaking, when it was 100 degrees out, the University of Florida playing tennis, getting moved side to side for 2.5 hours, little water breaks, coming back and going out 2.5 hours, going in the weight room. So I've done all that. Like, I've done it my whole life. So like, I understand the difference. And the problem is, now a lot of the pros and people are starting to kind of understand a little bit more, but they're not out training like real pro athletes. I mean, come on. Stop. Like, a couple are, but I mean, they're training like Division III NAIA athletes, not even, and so like, they're training like a high school athlete. So that's the thing. So when I start doing something, I'm the kind of guy, I'm up at early, practicing, working, et cetera, et cetera. So I kind of know my time management is very good,
Right.
And once again, it's fun for me,
Well, yes.
It is clear.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, Rebecca, go ahead.
So I have to ask you, we always ask this question. We don't want to keep you too long.
You're good.
But we have everybody we ask, oh my God, you're yawning on our podcast.
Oh, it's only because I slept 17 hours last night.
Okay, well, we'll cut that out.
Hey,
Okay.
It's pouring down rain right now. That's why.
Okay, so Ryan, if you could play with anyone, and it would be social play, it's not going to be the World Series or whatever. It would be social play. It can be anyone as your doubles partner. Who would it be and why?
Oh, you mean pickleball?
Yep.
Oh, I've met so many dang athletes. Who I've not met yet. Hung out with. I feel, honestly, I kind of wouldn't mind picking Johnny Manziel's brain, to be honest.
Ooh.
Johnny and I met him out actually before, but got a million mutual friends. But believe it or not, I'm just a huge fan of his. As a athlete, of course, also as a someone who likes to have a good time. And honestly, his Untold that he did a couple weeks ago, it's unreal. I mean, like I said, if I wanted to meet Johnny, I literally could probably pick up the phone and do it. Is more of a don't want to be like, hey Johnny, let's play. But I've seen that bar before. But what I get the most respect about with someone like him is people like to give him a hard time about maybe different decisions and whatnot. But they don't understand that you can't be 5'10", 5'11" Caucasian, who's not just genetically just next level, and just go win a Heisman Trophy or go beat Alabama. So I don't think
Right.
realize how much work he put in behind the scenes. And that's kind of where for fun is for me too. Like people see what they want to see. And yes, he's might have made some terrible decisions and whatnot and messed up on some different opportunities. So have I. But the work's been put in. And I think something like this, I remember for a while I heard he was playing a lot of golf, but something like this, I think would be the addiction that someone like him would need to be like, okay, I'm going to get better consistently. And it's almost, pickleball is like a redemption. How many people, these celebrities do you see that are in pickleball right now? Go Google and you see the horrid things about them of what they've done, to friends, to family, to this, that. Well, I mean, Johnny's, he hasn't done anything bad. He's the guy's had a good time. And
right.
In the sport. So that's something I think I'd have fun with just because of his quickness. And also, I still think he'd probably like to have a good time. I think I like to have a good time too. So, I think that's what I'd like to play with.
That was a good one. That was a really good answer.
I was going to go with my old high school or college crush, Christian Cavallari. That was in my head. I was thinking about Cavallari, but I went with a little different route.
She's second seed. So since one of the things you like about your selection is that he likes to have fun, what is your favorite place to party? Which destination? Which city? Which club?
It goes back to my other question. Am I solo? Am I with a girlfriend? Am I with multiple girlfriends? Am I with my buddy? Am I with
solo
players? It just depends.
I think
no,
multiple girlfriends.
You're with your pickleball partner, Manziel.
Hey, I think I just gave him a nice plug for us to maybe get on the court and be so positive. I don't think I should answer that myself.
Oh, gosh. Well, hey, how about another question? Happy hour or brunch?
What's that?
Happy hour or brunch?
I mean, I mean, once again, I mean, happy hour, I mean, can be whenever. I mean, it doesn't really exist. Same with brunch. So I mean, I don't really know. It
He
depends.
doesn't know because he's not sure who he's with.
Yeah. And if you've not figured it out by now, it all goes to the same question. Who am I with? It's a person.
He's multi-personality.
I love it. Maybe it's time for a new nickname for a few of those personalities.
You could just be a Gemini,
I love it. I love it. You are such a wonderful guy, and we just so appreciate your time. There are so many different things we'd love to talk to you about.
We can do it anytime. I mean, we can do it again anytime, literally, whenever.
You're so cool.
Well, so we're hoping that we connect with you at one of the next tournaments.
Yeah.
What are you looking out in January? Are you going to be playing in January?
Find you somewhere. Would it be at happy hour or brunch? I don't know.
Both. See, the real trick is when happy hour turns into brunch the next morning. That's when it's really fun.
Tricky.
Hey, listen, I always tell people I go to bed at 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. So call me at 8:45 a.m. I'm always up. I've either been up for hours working or I'm still up.
Or you're still up. Yes.
That's
Oh,
impressive.
gosh.
Yes, very
This
good.
is so great. And hey, thanks for the tour of your cool place.
Yes.
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 Welcome.
So we will see you hopefully in the next few months.
100%, literally.
And good luck with your next tournament.
Yep. And hit me up whenever, honestly. Annie, it was fun the other day chatting. Rebecca, have Annie share my number. You have my number. Let's whenever. Let's talk whenever. I'm down.
I love
Sounds
it.
great.
All right.
Well, you have an amazing rest of your day.
Ladies, thank y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
All right,
Thanks,
bye.
Brian. Wow.
Yes, yes, and yes. He was great. He
So
was really
fun, so interesting. He has so much energy and his connections and just never ending.
I know it. Well, I like that he is so fun, not just an athlete, but like a fun guy in general. I think that's our connection with him. I think we're fun and we're athletes.
And he is friends with a couple of our faves, Julio and McNasty. Oh, gosh.
I have to say, we've been talking just about the last few things that have gone on, the PPA and the MLP, the scuttlebutt on that, which we don't even have to go into. But the thing that I liked the best in the last few tournaments that we haven't talked about because we've been in between podcasts is in Utah when Tyson won his Triple Crown, which we love. So bravo to you, Tyson. We think you're amazing, all around amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if anybody saw it. We had it on our Instagram and Facebook, but he was getting interviewed after his last game and got so choked up and had to started crying. And that to me is why we love pickleball so much, because you have really great people who have worked really hard and maybe have had hardships, maybe haven't, but are just really fun people.
Yes, I totally agree. And we've always really liked Tyson and his adorable wife, Meg.
Yes. Hello, Meg.
Cute kids.
Cute kids. And you know what I really like is that they have their hairstylist come to their house and cut everybody's hair. It's so cute. The little kids have the little paddle. He's got the little baby one, has a little pickleball paddle that he holds every time there's a video. He's got the paddle in his hand.
Oh, so cute. And I remember when we first met them in Vegas, and the very first thing that Tyson said to us is, "I'm a family man."
I love that.
Right there, that's my princess.
Yep.
Remember?
Yep. And the reason he started choking up was because he said, "I owe all this to," and then he pointed to his wife. Then he started to get choked up. Then he said his workout, his trainer. And, he's had so many issues lately with injury. So, how he has had so many trials, tribulations to get to this point, and how cool for somebody like that to win. He's so good with the crowd. He's so good with all the other players.
Yes.
He's a stand-up guy.
He is. Well, let's cheer to Tyson.
Ron, my friend, I loved the Sherry Berry. I put it in a hurricane glass, not the Collins glass. And the reason I did that was because we were delayed Because the hurricane is blowing.
Because of the hurricane. Very nice, Rebecca. And to all of you who joined us, thank you from the CHIX. Cheers.
Today's podcast was sponsored by Harbor Wine and Spirits and Alexandro Oloroso Sherry. And a very special thank you to Ron, our fabulous pickleball CHIX mixologist. You knocked it out of the park with the Sherry Berry. Thanks so much for joining the CHIX and special guest, Ryan Sherry, the man, the legend, the guy who always brings the fun and does so much for the sport of pickleball. Be sure to watch for Sher Bear on Fox News and his upcoming work with PBX Pickleball with MLB and NFL greats. Follow Ryan on social at rsherry1983 and the CHIX at Pickleball CHIX with an X. We appreciate your support. If you haven't already rated our podcast on Apple, please do so. It really helps the show. And thanks for sharing us with your friends. We love pickleball and will continue to bring you content that will help you live your best life on and off the court. Until next time, cheers.
Bring me the next